Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun, so what are we doing today? Well, today we're going to be working on some things. Obviously we're going to be working on some things. Oh boy, you watch. Hey, do you want to come to my place and watch a Twitch stream of a guy talking about TTRPG SRDs? The man sighs. Is this really what dating market looks like now? Why did you leave Jessica? She wasn't perfect and she wasn't like this. Things could have been salvaged. Maybe you should text her. Maybe. Yeah, sounds good. Be over in like 15. What's your addy? Like, let's see. Why don't you wait for the new Traveler SRD? We're not going to be going over SRDs today. That would be fun. I love me some references. Yo, yo, yo. How is everybody? It is 1 a.m. Varric, go to sleep. So you're going to say on the battle map system that it's somehow divisible by 7. It's not. The new battle map system is not divisible by 7, but it does work somewhat. There's 3 rings. You don't understand. 3 rings, 4 spaces. 3 rings, 4 spaces. Hey, nope. I think Pepper wants to nail you to a wall, or cross, whatever. Oh, so you not go over SRD? No, we're writing in SRD. Yes, welcome to the SRD nightmare. Well, I guess I go to sleep. Yes, go to sleep. Yeah, I'm just. What is an SRD again? System reference document. We are effectively, the SRD nightmare is very quick, very simple idea. We're taking all of these things here and actually writing them into a more coherent form. Why is that the case? 'Cause I fucking can. And I've been meaning to do this for a while at this point. I just don't. Ta-da! I do have a few of these kind of set up, but I think getting these a little bit more official would be handy. There's nothing of value being here today. I hope you all know this. Like, let's set this up correctly. Nice B5 color. Yo, we got nice and easy right there. There's no setup to this. What is an SRD? Help! What makes what make SRD bout? Organizing and streamlining. I chose this fate. It's not bedtime yet. Nah, just European buddy. You can do a target battle map with center of 2 rings, the rings separate into 3, meaning you have 7 spaces. No, I decided on 4 quadrants and 3 rings. Because I can do that. Let's see, I'll translate more PBTA after I'll sleep. No, God, why would you do this? We were so concerned with whether or not we could, we never stopped to ask if we should. What is an SRD? Wait, you are making an SRD? Yes. I am, because I can do that. It's not very complicated at all. I have plenty of these systems, I just need to formalize down. SRDs are system reference documents. In actuality, did I tune in right on time? Yes, you did. You tuned in right on time. System reference documentation is a little bit interesting. It's kind of a fascinating phenomenon. We've seen this a lot on itch. Also, before anyone asks, this is not a dream reference. This is this is the Tragedian. As you kind of see over here, these are SRDs. These are a variety of systems and things that you can take and use for your own thing. Let's say, for example, Chaosium's BRP system. If you want, the entirety of BRP is right here. Like, we can open this up right now. Yes, the entirety of the BRP system is, in fact, right here. I downloaded that into the wrong place, so I need to... right here. The entirety of the BRP system is actually right here. If you want to make something with the BRP system, you can download this 23-page document and you have it. Everything you need, including the license for it. Which, interesting to note, actually, thanks to Wizard Coast, the open source initiative and the Creative Commons for the creative framework behind the open source. This case, OGL. You should be aware BRP OGL is for use in basic role-playing systems. Yeah. There's quite a few of these. These are actually fairly popular in some ways, and some of these have actually gone fairly far, relatively speaking. Why am I making an SRD? Because I can. Like, let's do the Shilling SRD. We have the Wu Day, the 5 Powers SRD. We have the Charge SRD, the Wretched and Alone SRD. And there's a lot. We have a Powered by Sentinel. Cool. You like Powered by Sentinel? Cool. Never fucking heard of this game before, but you can definitely use the Powered by Sentinel is like, that's so fucking lame. That's so fucking lame. But yes, I usually do not like SRDs for a variety of reasons. Hooray! We're making delay due to leg shaving. Yes, Software rears its ugly head, so it's a sandbox system. Not quite. The entirety of BRP with an asterisk, like GURPS or Savage Worlds. BRP is basically an SRD. The fuck? Okay, what SRD are you making? Basic rules for Savage Worlds, for instance. Hi, Notepad. What do you think about the Nandroids? We're going from Murder Droid Field. Sentinel came out before any game to demonstrate it. It's great. I don't know what you're talking about, Wusa. For some reason, I think it was the image you used, Solid. I just immediately thought Nandroids for your game for Jam. What game are we going to be turning into an SRD today, right this moment? We're going to be turning the center system into an SRD. Mostly because I can. That's really it. And now, where did the center system originate from? Well, of course, it originated from Cruelty Squad, the Physical Sensation edition, the game that hates you. The game that despises you. And I want it to make you understand that it just hates you in every single form. It's like taking a shower with your friends. Again, that's the entire point of this. It was supposed to emulate the feeling of taking a shower with your friends. That vaguely uncomfortable feeling of being in the same room, being in a wet, dark room with other people you know. It's great. But yes, have you sent your game to Cruelty Squad creator? I haven't sent it directly, but he knows about it. Why do you shower in the dark? Gotta get that feeling. Gotta get the feeling just right, Purple. Come on. If the feeling isn't right, what's the fucking point? Yeah, the basic premise of this series of videos, I guess you would, the series is going to be me turning a variety of my game systems into SRDs for my own purpose more than anything. Blood, Coin, and Steel, for example. Blood, Coin, and Steel is going to be the longest one because it's the biggest game by a country fucking mile. Waifu Core needs me to retrofit effectively the entire thing. I know how to do it, it's just a matter of doing it. The D2000 needs just to clean it. The N2F is not a very large system. I've been meaning to use it for other things, I just haven't really been able to justify it. Notepad D20 just needs me to fix it up a little bit to make it better. And Center System, of course. We've got a few of these, but a lot of these aren't very big. But the point is, they're not supposed to be big. They're supposed to be... let's see... We want to get the most aggressive, the most, like, forward-thinking one. We could use the Comic Sans to really assert a dominance over the situation. We could also go down to something like Garamon. Everyone likes Garamon. That's maybe a little bit too formal. What font did I use? I used Allegra for this one. So let's see. We can do Big Shoulders. We all like big shoulders. Newsreader. The Center System. See, the thing is, the beautiful part about this entire the beautiful thing about this as well is that technically what we need to do as well is we need to come up with a catchy phrase to really get people to invest in it. Because that's really the most important part of all of these, is to get people to invest in the idea. So if you come up with a fun word so we can successfully, you know, do it like centered by the Center System, maybe that's right. Demons can't fuck you if you're in the dark. Demons can't see well in the dark. Shit, night vision. Yeah. But yes, in Varric, he knows about it vaguely. If I ever do patch it up, I'm going to probably throw it at him. See, the easy and lame answer is, of course, just powered by the Center System. But this is also the game, Cruelty Squad, the Physical Sensation Edition, is also the game where you have to invest in the stock market, including financial freedom of fish stocks. Yes, I'm a master of the mystical school of fishing, allowing him to take out his trusty rod and find financial peace. Yes, fishing is very important in Cruelty Squad. Whatever you do, do not invest in meta stocks. Never invest in meta stocks. They, in fact, simply take away from your net worth. Yes, this is actually how you increase your value, your valuation, is by doing this. You can buy vacation days for $2,500 a day, or you can go for promotions. Oof. It's great. Financial slavery and you. Yes. See, the thing is, I've been hesitant to remake Physical Sensation Edition because this isn't a very large game by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, it is very short. I've been meaning to do it. I just don't know how to, like, best get the artwork for it to make it actually look the way I want it. Aligned to the Center System. That's a good one. I like it. I like aligned to the Center System. That's a good one. Shower with your friends simulator. So we already know what we're going to be doing. We are aligned to the Center System. We got to make sure that is very center, but we need to come up with a good title font. I need to get across that this is a friendly system for the whole family to enjoy. Frederica, we want to do Beth Ellen. That's clearly the wrong one. Big Shoulders. We could do Big Shoulders. If we do Big Shoulders, actually we do subtitles, Big Shoulders. We do something like this. We increase you to maybe 60. Aligned to the center, aligned, There we go, we do something like this. We title match. There we go, we'll do that. Find your center. Go. Cool. We'll come up with something fun and exciting here using the power of the magic machine eventually. But first, let's get our basic headings in place. So we're using Big Shoulders display. Big Shoulders as our heading font. What we could do, maybe we do extra bold. Can we just make it black? Too big, but if we bring it down a little bit, there we go. The center system, let's find our center. Big Shoulders, we want to do maybe 24 to bump up the size a little bit. We zoom in a little bit here. Update heading 1 to match. Big, not big, heading 2, heading 3. The thing with the SRDs is that they never have to be very big necessarily. They just need to be impressively like where's some lorem? Give me a good lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum. Generate. Generate all our lorem ipsum and then immediately paste it in here. Nope, I mean that button. Oh, nope. If we do it like this could work. I just need to make sure to remember that. We want to save space, because none of these should be, like, excessively large. That seems a little too aggressive. Okay, maybe we keep it at 1.5. But let's change the font here. Since we've got Big Shoulders, we want something... Arvo? No, absolutely not. We are not doing Barlow, maybe? Barlow's a good font. What did we use over here? We used Laura. We used Laura. Got Lato. Lato's used. Bring up Laura. Lorem ipsum. All center justified. Center justified. And justify center everything. We can't do justified center. What we could do is we could just put every single header in the middle. Again, the gamer move would be something like this, would be making everything centered. This would be impossible to fucking read, but it would be funny. And arguably, that's the only thing that matters. We can do that with you. Center align. No, we cannot going to do. Oh god, yes, no! Is this even a center system? Left align text all over the place. Look, we are writing an RPG, not a freaking Morkborg. Why are we Big Shoulders? This the others to stand upon? Of course. That's why we must be Big Shoulders. If we want to do heading 2 is this. So 24. If we go down by 4 every time, We do that, then we select you, we do heading 3. I say we do heading 3, we select big shoulders display, we are at 16 at this point, we can bold that again, make sure to change it to black text. Go. I'm feeling Laura, I'm feeling God, this is actually a tough decision. Both of them have their benefits, both of them have their downside. I'm feeling I don't know. Welcome to Font Autism with Notepad. It's my favorite game. I love Font Autism. This is the thing that, like, I'm not very good at making things look pretty, but I am very good at selecting fonts. Archivo is the wrong. I can tell you right now, Archivo does not like being printed. Barlow could work. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go with Barlow. Barlow's a nice, reliable font, and nice, reliable fonts get results. So, we want to do, if we want to do heading 1, we go all the way up here. So, welcome to the Cruelty Squad family. Waking up from a depression nap. So how do we want to do this? So, we value our agent's life. They will need to reach center. Because I wrote the entire thing of Cruelty Squad. I fucking forgot that. I wrote the entirety of fucking Cruelty Squad as second person, where it's specifically referring to you, the player, the entire time. Because I fucking hate myself. Let me think. So, here's an example. Needs to climb wall, make D9 difficulty F4, 5. They will fail. The successful 5 and 6, no problem. Yes, the center system is fucking evil, by the way. Very specifically, I made this as stupid and, like, complicated as possible. So we need to do, like, if we want to grade people on, like, the most basic premise possible. So it's pretty much, we're just going to open up, we just want to do, actually, no, we want to do, finding the center. Whenever, how do I even fucking start one of these? See, this is the beautiful fucking issue about this. It's like, how do you even start one of these? Because usually I serve it as, like, this is a role-playing game. I guess we start with, like, what's a role-playing game, but we don't really need that. I guess we would do, what's a character? I guess that would be the first thing we need to really be about. If we do, what do we need to do? How do we need to do it? Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. Let's let's find some other exciting games to reference, because there has to be some other fun and exciting games out there. Let's check my not the micro case, very incorrect. Let's look at the light system. Look, everyone, it's the most popular game ever. Welcome to 24XX, a game that billions of people. Rules. Okay. I guess we open up with rules. We go into character. Okay, so we go... I'm flying blind here just as much as you guys. Fix Notepad, so instead of trying to fix Lance, I should just try to slap a grid system on the Shadow of the Demon Lord. Yes. 1 hour rounds, mostly a lot of jank with the NPCs. Yeah, battle ended. I did a battle. It took like 3 hours. Well, to go with Cruelty Squad, you'd write some absurd dystopian corporate licensing reason, and we now own your soul. Sign here. 24X is not the best option. I suggest the GigaChad license, where document is free to use and modify as long as you try to make money with it. See, I've been debating on what kind of license to use for these things. Part of me just wants to do the I hold you in complete contempt license, in which if you attempt to make money off of this, I have legal right to kill you. I just have the legal right to fucking end you. Oh, well, that doesn't sound very positive. Well, you should have read the fucking license agreement, shouldn't you, you little fuckwit? Let's see. There's gotta be something here, everybody. Right? You wouldn't just be making things randomly for the point of not doing anything. That would be wacky. Here's the pink hack. War games and miniature, my monkey paws game. Cool. Go pink hack. Neato burrito. Give me something to work. There's Soft Horizon, which I still have no idea how the fuck Soft Horizon works. Someone explain that to me. I don't get it. It's weird. I don't understand it, and maybe I'm just stupid, but hey. No, it's based off a dream. It's a vessel for designers. Man, I fucking love shilling. I love stupid SRDs made by subhuman retards. Actually, no, that's insulting those with mental deficiencies. I hate people. The OGC. Oh yes, I forgot. The Archmage engine. Cool. I love Pelgrin Press's D20 game. Awesome. Yeah, I guess we need to start with just finding your center. Good mobbing. But I think that's illegal. The cruelty. You surrender your rights of self-defense and lawful discharge of me so that I can kill you as license termination. Fun fact, the person who made shilling is potentially a child with a split personality. You mean a grown adult who is a schizophrenic. I wonder if a legal document that kills one of the parties involved with consent will be binding. Fun fact, Sterner, it is not. This is a very important piece of information there, Sterner. It is not actually legal for you to kill somebody, even with legal documentation. Because there was a case of it in, I believe it was like somewhere in the South. Someone was paid, someone was effectively paid, consented, signed off on the contract to be killed and eaten by someone. They were going to be killed and eaten. It occurred, and the person was charged. And when he was like, "Oh, well, here's the legally binding contract saying this was fine." The thing is, this is a very important fact because it is a federal crime to kill someone. It goes above above contract law. It's not because you killed someone, but it's because it's a federal law. You can't consent to your death in America. You can consent to your death in America under certain situations. It's mostly when it comes to like criminal stuff. Like if you have the option, if you want, like, how do you want to die? That you consenting to your death kind of thing. Finding your center. Whenever, actually no, we want to. Actually no, finding your center. The center system is a system. Let's see. The center system SRD is a system reference document. Reference document for creating TTRPG. For creating tabletop role playing games. TTRPG/TRPGs. TTRPG/TRPGs. for creating tabletop role-playing games and similar products. The core foundation of the center system. Center system is based off a character, henceforth referred to as a PC. PC short for let's see. Is based off a player, henceforth referred to as a PL. The core foundation is based off a player attempting to reach the center of a odd numbered die for their character, henceforth referred to as a PC. Refer to as a PC to succeed in action. The core foundation of the center system is based off a player attempting to reach the center of an odd numbered die for the character to succeed in action. When this is all of this all actions of the world are guided by the Archon. Should I just call it the Archon and just fuck with people? Yeah, just call it the Archon with absolutely no sense of right or wrong. Like, yes, this is just the Archon. So you can send your so many acronyms. Absolutely flaming my dyslexia right now. The N-word. In order to succeed, you must also include the N-word license. The N-word license, of course, contains the gamer word. Why not call the GM the demiurge? Because I don't know what kind of game they're going to be playing. Therefore, we have to use the term Archon. All actions of the world are guided by the Archon, a PL who is running, narrating, and refereeing the all actions of the world are guided by the Archon, a PL who is running, narrating, and refereeing the game. Ideally, the center system is built around 2 to 4 PL. Let's see, 2 to 5 PL, with one being the Archon. Ideally, the center system is built around 2 to 5 PL, with one being the Archon. There we go. Just a quick introduction. How do we want to do this? Now, what we can do is role-playing games. A role-playing game, or TTRPG. Actually, I should say a tabletop role-playing game, or TTRPG. A tabletop role-playing game is an activity for people to gather around and tell a story, or gather around, play a game and tell a story. While advancements have traditionally played on the tabletop name, and traditionally played on tabletop, many TTRPGs have evolved to VTT, or to virtual tabletops, VTTs, as well as other online methods. The main crux of the game is is the PLs who embody a PC will let's see, the main crux of the game is the PLs who embody a PC will undertake objectives and goals set by the Archon. These can be simple goals. These can either be quote one-off. These can either be simple one-off, simple objectives. These can either be simple one-off sessions of play, or strung together into a series of sessions of play called a campaign. Campaign. The center system encourages a more episodic method of play, encouraging each session to be independent of one another, with only the PCs being the continuous factor, being the continuous factor. Continuous factor. There we go. We have a basic understanding what a role-playing game is. Oh, there we go. Which we're going to then immediately follow up by good behavior. Reference to the first end is his Archon reference to in the first ending level. Yes, Archon Grid. That was literally the music I played at the beginning. The fucking Archons are the worst. Fuck the Archons. Yes, because remember everyone, in the first ending of a Cruelty Squad, you fucking kill Abraxas. But fun fact, you don't kill Abraxas. Fun fact, kids. You don't. I didn't. It's not a spoiler. You know this going forward. That's the entire thing. The entire game is leading up to you killing Abraxas. Fun fact, though, it's not about killing Abraxas. I like Cruelty Squad. It's a fun game. Good behavior. Good behavior and safety tools. Good behavior and safety tools. PL. It is encouraged to set. Is encouraged to set ground rule. Is encouraged for the Archon to set ground rules. Ground rules for the game. For the game. Ground rules for the session for the game, as well as the PLs to announce any major issues they may have. This is polite. This was polite to do. This is polite to do. This is polite to do. This is polite to do. If there are any problems that occur later in game, if there's any problems that occur later in game, informing the Archon. The Archon is paramount. Informing the Archon is paramount for the continued comfort of the group, and the individual PL. Other TTRPGs may employ safety tools. Here we The center system only encourages the use of one of these said tools. Mouth to talk to people. Your mouth. Dude, let's see. Actually, only encourages use of one of these. The end card. No. May employ a center system only encourages that the PL speak to their Archon as rational adults. No, bad notepad. Can't say that. No, good behavior. Just fucking tell people what if you're not feeling comfortable with something. This shouldn't be difficult, but I've come to the conclusion that people are fucking stupid and cannot be trusted to do basic things. Therefore, I will give them put on good behavior. Like, hey, actually, I should say any action which may impact the overall enjoyment of the action which may impact the overall enjoyment of the group by the Archon or another PL should be addressed immediately. In short, don't be weird. Don't be weird about it. Speak like talk like an adult. Talk like adults. Talk it out like adults. Very simple, very complex for some people. I don't know why. Then you get robot rape. Say no people. Truly, there's power. Wait, no, you can't. You can theme it. You can have the actual grid of death. Trauma loop and P4. Good safety tools for an RPG. A gun. Let's see. Safety. It's not specifically themed. That's the thing. That's the problem with an SRD is they specifically need to untheme everything. So I'm trying to keep it as unthemed as possible. Hey, no, but do you much watching of animation, Western or Eastern media? I used to watch a lot of anime. I had a co-kick for a while where I watched a lot of shows. That's when I watched the entirety of Steven Universe. Watched a lot of Starverses. I liked Starverses for about 5 minutes, and then I stopped liking Starverses because I got annoyed. There's a few other shows I watched. I'm a fan of animation in general because I just enjoy it and think it's fun. A lot of French animation. If you've never watched Unicorn Wars, holy shit, watch Unicorn Wars. It's a fucking French animation. Shit's fucked. Shit is fucked, and it's amazing. All of Steven Universe game-changing notepad lore. Yes, Sterner, I fucking watched the entirety of Steven Universe, bar the final 4 episodes and the movie and the ending season. Fuck that. Fuck all of that. It was amazing how the final season completely murdered my opinion of the show. I just couldn't do it. I was so fucking sad. It was really, how do I want to justify it? The problem with is because I was on Shug, everybody. You gotta remember, I was on Shug. Steven Universe General on Co. I was in the heart of it. You can fucking find me shitposting on those ones. Steven Universe General, it was great. One of the issues with the last season, not the last season, but the season of the main series, last season of the main series, because throughout all of this shit, throughout the entire series, people were debating on a very particular character and who she was. It was Rose Quartz. Who is Rose Quartz? Who is Steven's mom? The entire run of the show, everybody was debating on who the fuck Rose Quartz was. And they actually bring in a lot of interesting bits about it. Hey, Rose Quartz may not be a good person. Hey, Rose Quartz may be just a fucking bitch. Hey, Rose Quartz may be the patron saint of everything. And it was really fascinating, and nobody really knew what was going on. Nobody really knew what the end story was. Because you clearly, like, there were characters who knew, and they weren't telling you anything, and I liked that aspect about it. Like, midway through the final season, they reveal what it is. They reveal the twist. And I feel they handled it in the worst way fucking possible. And, like, it wasn't that it was bad. It was, like, it was confirming a lot of theories people had. The problem with it, this is the problem, is that the way it was presented was the most boring fucking thing ever conceived. Like, it was literally, yes, hello, Steven, here is the end plot. I could have told you the entire time, I just didn't. Like, bitch, the fuck are you on about? And it was like, ta-da, this is the secret, and I think the problem was, like, everybody hyped it up to be this big thing, and it just wasn't. And when people meme about, like, oh, Steven Universe is just about people crying and making up and being friends with people, that's the final fucking season. Like, every single fucking person's like, we're all friends now. I'm like, shut up. Shut the fuck up, Steven. Shut up. Because, like, one of the issues with Steven's pacing... something broke. Oh no. Did we break something? Let me double check and make sure everything is... No, we didn't break anything. Like, here's the thing. The entire premise of... How do I want to word this properly? One of the ways the show was handled was just bad. Like, this is an important thing to note about the fucking Crying Rocks show. The entire way it was handled was terrible. Because what would happen, it would be like, alright everybody, here's the bomb. It's been like 2 months, bomb episode, 7 episodes, let's fucking go. And it would be like, let's learn about why it's okay to accept people if they're slightly different than you. Here's an episode about the cool kids whose names I don't even fucking remember. Oh boy, here's an episode about the guy with the fries for hair. Here's a major plot episode, here's a major plot episode, wait 3 more months to resolve anything. It's like, son of a fucking bitch. You fucking whores. And it's not like, oh, well, those first 3 episodes informed the last 2. No, it wasn't like that at all. And the thing is, like, it's not even like, oh, here we go beating our favorite straw man. No, it was literally just like, here's some townie episodes. And the thing is, it wasn't like the townie episodes played into anything. They were these independent things. And it was like, oh, hey, everybody, here's some cool things. I distinctly remember one time I actually saw an episode with the entirety of Shug. 200 people were watching a fucking episode of Steven Universe, and then fucking Connie showed up, and every single one of them shouted, it's a fucking Connie episode, and we all died. Nobody had fun. It was a fucking Connie episode. It's... Look, the problem is, because someone actually said, like, what do you absolutely need to watch to enjoy the show? And, like, the problem was, I actually was going through various episodes, and it's weird because it'll be like, because each episode, mind you, is like 10 minutes. And you'll go through all of them being like, okay, what's filler, what's not? Like, you don't really need to watch these episodes. You don't really need to watch these episodes. The problem is like, if you skip an episode, it's in like the last 30 seconds they talk about something important. And it's like, well, you kind of need to just watch the last 30 seconds, but if you don't watch the whole episode, it makes no fucking sense. It's like, god fucking damn it. This isn't even talking about the weird animation errors. Like, to give you an idea, fucking Steven changes height constantly. Stefan Universe, I can never get away from Stefano Memeverse. I will never escape it. I will never escape that fucking show. It will haunt me till my dying fucking days. Yes, Greg Universe's cock, quite literally saved the universe by fucking an alien. Bundles are probably crunch would end fucking the quality in everyone, because like the premise was good because it was hype sometimes where it was like, oh, here's the big bomb, are you ready for some reveals? And everyone's like, yay, reveals. And then it would be like, and then you would pause for a minute and be like, oh hey, have no fear, it's the stupid fucking townie episode. Let's learn about the donut shop. Haha, hee hee, hoo hoo. And I want to kill someone. I want to murder someone. Fucking Sucrose will kill me. Or people on 4chan memeing that took 2 men to fix the giant genocidal woman empire problem facing the galaxy. There's a very distinct post that I remember. Because people were like, hey everybody, Steven Universe is feminist propaganda. It is feminist propaganda because there are no good male figures in Steven Universe. Because Steven's an effeminate little fuckwit. But here's the funny thing. If you quite literally look at the entirety of Steven Universe, Steven is raised by 3 fucking idiots. This is a child raised by 3 completely incompetent women. Pearl wants to fuck him because he's his mom. Like, you gotta remember that. Yeah, you gotta remember that. He's not even a loser. That's the funny part. Like, the fucking thing is, like, yeah, like, Pearl is quite literally, like, this obsessive, like, Pearl isn't fucking insane, by the way. I want you to remember that. Pearl is unhinged. She is not right in the head. And she is a horrible person. Fucking Garnet is literally having sex 24/7 in front of everybody, and everyone thinks it's normal. Yeah, it's like everyone just thinks it's normal. That like, yes, hello, Garnet, otherwise known as 2 people fused together who can see the fucking future constantly. And Amethyst is like just a kid pretty much, like comparatively in Gem years, Amethyst is a child. She is a tiny baby child who turns into somebody to fuck with people. Legitimately. Like, she turns into people to just fuck with people. And it's like, god damn it, Amethyst, what the fuck? Meanwhile, let's look at Greg real fast. Greg lives in his van because he wants to be close to his son. He runs a successful business. He runs a successful business. He has quit his entire music career to take care of his son. Anytime Steven has literally any problems, he goes to Greg, and Greg fucking answers him. He's like, hey kid, here's the fucking answer. Wait, Greg has it. Yes, Greg works at the car wash. He literally is a solo businessman, and he's also a millionaire. Like, that's the funny thing because of all his music. Yeah, he owns the car wash. It's Universe Car Wash. Wait, Greg's the yes, he gets a bunch of money at one point, because of his music career, because his song was super popular. Like, he's set for fucking life. That's like it. Like, that's the funny thing. Greg is the most, well put together character there. Well, here's the funny thing, Feel. Like, this is the funny thing, Feel. Actual Rebecca Sugar, the woman who created the show, she has a wonderful relationship with her dad, and she didn't want it to come off like that. That was never the point. Like, that was never the point to be like, it's a feminist show. It's not. That's the funny thing. Because Rebecca's really well put together. Yeah, let me see. Also, how the fuck do Gems have legal custody over Steven? They don't. That's the funny thing. They don't. Greg literally lives in a van down by by his fucking car wash because he just wants to be closer to his son because they won't let him stay with them. Like, that's the funny part. They literally like, oh, sorry, Greg, we can't let you live here with us because you're Steven. They literally like keep his son there to raise him because his son's like literally their boss. Like, Steven doesn't go to school. Steven doesn't have a high school education. Like, you gotta remember that. Like, literally, these 3 immortal women are like, okay, we're gonna raise your son now. It's like, why? Because he is literally our boss. And Pearl, remember, Pearl wants to be in a relationship with his dead mom. Wasn't the only shit kid in the show the teenager at a time where people expect you to be a shit person? Like, one of the funny things is, out of all of the characters, like, even fuck, what with Lars? Lars isn't that bad. Lars is a fun character because he's just a shithead teenager, and it's just, I love his banter because he's funny. He's a funny, charming character once he actually gets going in later seasons because you realize he's just a dweeb. It's him and Sadie. Sadie decides like join a fucking rock band. That was weird. Yeah, again, they kind of fucked with the townies too much at the end there. But like, okay, yeah, Sadie was weird. But like, are they literally trapping on an island so she can get like her dude Stockholm? No, she wasn't fucking crazy. She just joins a band. The funny thing with Lars is that they were like, oh, well, people like Lars, but they don't like Lars at the same time. So they send him off to fucking space where he fucking dies. Lars fucking dies. Steven brings him back to life, and everyone's just okay with it. Lars is literally a Captain Harlock. Lars plays through the entire fucking arc of Captain Harlock off screen. He's the coolest fucking character for a while, and then you just don't see it. He's like, yeah, don't worry, I'm fucking, have no fear, I'm this like super cool guy. Yeah, he got a fucking spaceship and pirate crew because he died. He was killed, literally murdered. He brought him back to fucking life. Hey, why don't we show all the cool stuff off screen? That's 95% of Steven Universe, near the end there, because you get things like, even down to things like Lapis. Lapis is a really fun and interesting character. You could get a lot of information out of her. Lapis doesn't show up for like 90% of the series. She has zero fucking agency. She does nothing. Like, here's this amazingly cool character that could do a lot, and they do a lot with her. Then they fucking hide her. They hide her for an entire 2 seasons. They hide her in the fucking ocean. Like, and it was like, oh, here's something cool, and then they don't do it with her anymore. Yeah, Steven Universe is just a metaphor for how women ruin everything if a man isn't involved. Quite literally. Like, literally, Lapis is like, I'm here, I'm gonna say, does a cool thing, and then gets immediately turbo rapes a woman back into the ocean. Hello, Aubrey! Completely wrong time to join in as we talk about Steven Universe! Yeah, quite... Sorry, Aubrey, we're talking about Steven Universe now in between writing. Yeah, sorry, what happened, Lamau? Steven Universe is a cartoon show. You may have heard about it. You may have seen horrifying fan art of it. For a very long time, they made this, like, I wouldn't say subtle, but it was kind of like implied that a act between these two characters called fusion, where they fuse together and turn into a different character, was kind of an allegory for sexy times. Now, what happens is in one season, this one character named is Lapis is like, hey, I need to stop. I need to stop this other person, Jasper, from killing my friends. So she forcefully fuses. Mind you, she forcefully fuses herself with this character and drags her into the ocean permanently. That is an entire sequence of events that occurs, and you just sit there in horror the entire time. It's like, what? What? Yeah, I don't think it was on purpose, but it was just the... It was one of those things where they talk about it every now and again. They make some like subtle like, oh, this is like, we're in a relationship and this is like an important evolution of the relationship. And it's like the first time we really learn about fusion properly is through Garnet. And it's like, oh, you two are just like romantically in love with one another. And it's like, oh no. Oh no. Ah. Yeah, this is like, yeah, it's like, oh no. Isn't Steven like third? Remember, Steven's gone through some shit. Like, you gotta, like, this is the most important thing. The most important thing about Steven is literally a Vietnam veteran by the time of the movie. By the end of the season, by the end of the series, Steven has seen some shit. He's dealt with some shit. That man, like, that kid is like, ah, yes, I'm a perfectly well-adjusted, person who is totally capable of making sane and rational decisions. Like, that's the kind of guy you like go up to being like, pat him on the back. Hey, Steven, how you doing? And he just turns around and just beats your ass. If fusion is sexy, Garnet is almost always fused. What does that mean? You damn well know. Like, oh no. Didn't Steven kill like, the thing is, they don't kill gems, they poof gems. And if a gem is poofed, you can then put them in permanent stasis. Yeah, no, yeah, Steven Universe was a fun and exciting adventure that was just plagued by just really, really bad writing. Like, that's, I think, the... God damn it, Jaeger. No, Gem is killed when Gem is cracked. Yes. This is not what I expected to join to. Sorry, Aubrey. Welcome to my chat, otherwise known as we get on complete side tangents about shows. Again, this is... I'm going to tell you right now, Aubrey, see this thing light down here? See, ask questions, I will answer. That was the single worst decision I've ever made in my streaming career. The single worst choice I have ever made. It only gets worse from here. I do like it because I enjoy chatting with people. So we want to do, how do we want to do it? Achieving center. Achieving center. Oh, whenever a. During the session, whenever a PC chooses, whenever a PC wants to perform in action with a chance of failure, or is presented with an obstacle. Well, let's see. Perform an action with a chance of failure or presented with an obstacle, they will make a. They will need to find their center. The Archon will assign a odd numbered difficulty die, or a DD to the task. should the PC roll in the middle, the center, they will be successful. If they fail to reach their center, they will fail the task at hand. They will fail the task at hand and suffer the consequences. The Archon assigns DDs as the situation arises. It assigns DD as the situation arises. Yeah. As the DD as the situation arises, DD difficulty dies can go as high as the Archon wishes, to a maximum of D9999, which, if we take 99999 divided by 2, it is 5,000. It is 5,000. Yep. With a maximum of D99999. To make things as a rule of thumb, the following are considered to be standard difficulties. Are considered to be standard difficult. No. Yes, maximum of D9999. Yes, let's see. Okay, all right. What are you gonna write the realistic as fuck version of Steven Universe RPG? How was my? Okay, we'll start from the top. How was your day? My day was okay. I walked around a lot. I had helped my mom with a bunch of things. It was okay. Haven't had dinner yet, but I had kind of a late lunch, so I'm doing okay in that regard. When am I going to write the Steven Universe RPG? I have had the Steven Universe RPG for a long fucking time. Not gonna lie to anybody here. Let me see if I can find the, can I even find, no. Do I even have the original Stefano fucking Meatverse vid? Do I even have it? We're going into, let's see. This would be in games and such. God, we're gonna, not Soulbound, not that. Definitely not there. We would need to do, wait, no, that would be maybe the Dead Project folder. Dead Project. Specifically mark these things so I don't lose them. Yeah, Dead Project ER. I'm actually going to take this out here real fast because I don't know if my name is in here. Let's see. There's the Darling in the Franxx video. There's the Darling in the Franxx version. Ah, yes, here we go. Oh, God. Oh, Lord Almighty. Oh God. Oh no. Okay, so if you want my pure unadulterated misery, this is way back in the day, mind you. Welcome to Legacy of the Diamond Authority. This was for HVM, which was probably my first like major game that I wrote. I mean, here's 2.0. Like God, this is terrible. Like, oh wow. Like the Steven Universe RPG, because I've lost control of my life. Oh wow, these are bad. We're just gonna get rid of all of this right now. We're just going to ignore that. Someone got manly money. We do have a manly co-host. I did not see that. Say hello to the Theo. Of course, the tragedian himself. Another one of us. Let's see. I ran out. Draco, poverty. There we go. What are you writing? Yes, this is technically a system reference document of a game called Cruelty Squad: The Physical Sensation Edition. Because I can do that. Because I find that funny. He is writing the system. He spent 10 minutes on font selection. Notepad, medium. No, it's the middle of the die. He also tends to zone after a tangent that talks 10 minutes. Takes about 10 minutes to come out. Kind of fascinating. Why? God damn it. I'm doing my best here. When you get a manly, we're going in deep, boys. Into the deep folders. I can apply that. Do you know search and drive box for Stefano if you pull it up? It wasn't called Stefano. What Pixar movie do you think is the most overrated? I liked Inside Out. I think Inside Out is pretty good. I mean, God, what kind of fucking... See, I'm blanking on Pixar movies now. Let me do Pixar movies. Give me a list of Pixar movies. Let's see. This completely overrated. Finding Nemo. I fucking hate Finding Nemo. I want every single person to know I despise Finding Nemo. I hate this movie. I despise Finding fucking Nemo. There is nothing good about Finding Nemo. I hate it. I hate it. Haven't seen The Incredibles 2. Never seen Onward. People said I would really like Onward though. Soul is amazing, by the way. You should watch Soul. It's very good. Never saw Luca. Turning Red was kind of weird. Lightyear was just bad. And apparently Elemental is just bombing in the fucking box office, fun fact. It's just bombing. Just collapsing, and it's hysterical. So that's my opinion on Pixar movies. Because this is a nice touch. Otherwise, I will dox you. I see racial holy war. Inside Out is crowd. I like Inside Out. Finding Nemo. Fuck out. Like, here's the thing with Finding Nemo and me. This is an important thing. Like, here's the funny thing about me and Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo was our, it's an off day at school movie. Every single time there was an off day at school and we would have to watch a movie, it would be Finding fucking Nemo. I hate Finding Nemo because you watch it once, okay, fun movie. And then it was the second one. Oh, okay. Then you watch it a third time. Then you watch it a fourth time. Then you watch it a fifth time. And then you watch it a seventh time. Then a ninth. Then a 12th. And then 15 fucking times. Because that's the only movie anybody wanted to fucking see. And it was like, God, I fucking hate Nemo. Mashallah, I hope Nemo does not find... Like, no. Like, just go it away. Just like, I hate Nemo. And my mom's like, man, we should go watch Finding Dory. I feigned illness to not go see Finding Dory with my mother. Because I'm like, I cannot deal with this fucking fish anymore. They'd all deserve to get cooked. Heard about Elemental. All the R-rated parodies get very steamy. Elemental, here's the thing with Elemental. It is such a flawed fucking premise. Elemental is a flawed premise. Worked at a place that played Waka Waka on loop. Oh god, that would be in hell. Like, that was like, I worked at a restaurant. No, not a restaurant. I worked at a supermarket effect. I guess you would call it a supermarket. I worked at a supermarket for a while. I worked night shifts. We stocked things. It was nice. It was a nice, it was a very nice movie. A very nice job. But I can also no longer listen to John Mayer's Heartbreak Warfare because the music would play all night. And after the 5th time you've heard Heartbreak Warfare by John Mayer, you don't like Heartbreak Warfare by John Mayer anymore. And it was every single night. You would have to listen to the same music every single night. It was because of that job I listened to a lot of podcasts. Like, I could not deal with it. I was dead on the inside anytime it popped up. Elemental feels like an... This reminds me of the what's up, pussy? Yeah, no! Breaks mad. It takes 7 consecutive plays of What's New Pussycats to break a man. Yeah, it's like the thing with Elemental is that the premise itself seems so flawed. Like, as a short, fine, but it's like, as a full-length movie, like, really? Is this really what we need? I don't think so. I think it was kind of just I'm not saying, like, it's a bad movie. I haven't seen it yet. But I'm saying that, like, do we really need this? And I'm like, I don't think we do. I don't, but I want, like, an actual movie. I want an actual movie from Pixar or something with an actual, like, antagonist. When was the last time you saw an actual, honest-to-God antagonist in a Pixar movie? I don't remember. Because now it's like, oh, the real antagonist was the friends we made along the way. It's like, no, stop that. I don't want to have feelings anymore. I want something to happen. And it's physically painful when it doesn't happen. Simple, let's see, specialist work, skilled, cruelty in progress. So, what would you rather have? Your movies bobbling and losing millions of dollars, or someone who's a bit of a hugger? Like, what do you mean by a bit of a hugger? Like, it must have been Captain AI and Wall-E. Maybe was that it? Keeps all the actual villain game parody of, like, almost be good on the inside with Puss in Boots. His main villain was just plain evil. Ah, yes. I had a tragic childhood. Infinite parents who loved me. A thriving baked good industry. All I wanted. Isn't that... Well, Jack, what do you mean, Jack? I want infinite power. Yeah, huggers... Yeah, the thing with huggers is, like, I've known people who are huggers. Like, that's the thing. I've met people. I mean, Flash is flopping too. The Flash should have never been made. Like, not gonna lie, Sterner, the Flash should have never been made. That was just bad. Bad, bad, bad. You have made a bad decision. And every single person who was like, man, I believe that this should be a thing that exists, was wrong. I'm sorry. Every single person who believes in the DC expanded universe is stupid. And this is coming from someone who likes the DC Expanded Universe, who was in it. Because I tried real hard to like it. Every single time. I was like, it can get better. It'll get better. Oh, Man of Steel was kind of a diamond in the rough. I kind of liked it. It'll get better, guys. And it never did. Never fucking did. God damn it. It just never got better. Every single time, it was just flawed. Every single, it just is. I think the problem was with like the whole DC thing. I think the major issue with it was they were trying so hard to be like edgy and new and just failed to realize that it just doesn't work. Ezra Miller should never be around the film industry or children. Yes, he shouldn't. Ezra Miller is just a bad person. Have you seen the Snyder Cut Experience Requiem? Yes. Like, that's the thing. Like, I did see this fucking Zack Snyder cut. And the thing is, it's like, here's the thing with the Snyder cut. It's not a better movie. It's a, it's a better movie that shouldn't have, but a bad DC movie, if that makes sense. Like, Aquaman was pretty fun. I enjoyed Aquaman. It was a good time, not very memorable, but it was a movie, and it was like, okay, this is, you can make something happen with this. Like, I don't know why did you need, like, let's make a Flash movie? No. Nobody needs a Flash movie. PC needs to climb a wall. It's too high to simply cross over. They will need to make a D9 difficulty. Difficulty check. Do I end up calling these tasks? Do I end up calling these tasks? To the task in question. I do call them tasks. Let's see, they're making a D9 difficulty task, needing to score above, score a 5 to succeed. If the PC rolls a 1 to 4 or 6 to 9, they will fail. Successfully roll a 5, they succeed with no problem. Which goes to the math. How does this work? Notes on math. How does it work? Quick calculation. Quick calculation. To quickly find the center of any DD. Take the die value, have it, then add 0.5. For example, 33 divided by 2 equals 6.5 plus 0.5 equals 17. Equals 17. Larger number. Quick calculation. There we go. Add 5. Everything should be. A quick note on math. Notes on math. Like math autism, because we can't avoid it. There we go. If we do something like this. Do you see Peacemaker? No, I didn't like the second Suicide Squad movie, okay? Yeah, it did for I love the Batman. You like the first one? Not really. I didn't like the first movie. I didn't like the second one very much. My mom liked the second one a lot more, and she enjoyed it. I didn't like the second one. And, like, here's the thing. I didn't like the second one. I didn't like Peacemaker, so I didn't want to watch the show of Peacemaker, if that makes sense. Like, John Cena's funny, but I can't see John Cena as anyone than but Bing Jillian. That's all I can actually see. I'm sorry, everyone. That is the only thing I can see with him is Bing Jillian. Is that slightly racist of me? Probably. Do I care? Absolutely not. Bing Jillian. How do I do this? I remember this. There's a very special thing you can do to make things super cool looking. And I'm really bad at it. Like, not emojis. Never emojis. I never need emoji. Just a horizontal line. Is that it? That doesn't... That it? No, not headers and footers. Is it borders and shading? Yes, here we go. Ta-da! Ah, there we go. Boom, finding your center. I've done it, everybody. I've learned how to do the thing. I don't do that as often because I usually forget. Vigilante will kill you for graffiti. But Notepad, the only way we can relate to you is if you have our same opinions. You can't have a controversial opinion about popular media. Yeah, John Cena. I can't take John Cena seriously as an actor. Like, I like Batista. I like Batista. Batista's a good actor, and I wish he's in more. He's in a new movie actually that I'm kind of I'm interested to see what he does in it. He's just like, yeah, no, I'm a bouncer, but he's trying to like to sell fucking drugs to people, but because he's just like, I owe money to people. It's like shit. Like, Batista's a fun actor. Like, someone actually did a big thing on The Rock, being like, yeah, The Rock has zero legacy because he just does shitty movies all the time. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, The Rock does do just shitty movies a lot. Like, think of the last good The Rock movie, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Think of the last good movie. And then remember that it was not, you were wrong about it. Like, that's like, it wasn't good at all. It was actually terrible. Okay. Agents are Cruelty Squad, a PC. A PC is any actor controlled by a PL. Their actions, beliefs, and personality are dictated by the PL and their choices. Proudest asset. Let's see. Personality are dictated by their PL and their choices. When creating a PC is tied to the tied to the setting and situation they find themselves in. A science fiction space opera. A science fiction space opera will have different requirements and character archetypes. To draw from than a Wild West drama or medieval fantasy. Wild West drama or medieval fantasy. When creating when choosing an ideal setting and situation, the center subsystem supports PCs who are going to fail and hard. The center system is built around the belief of adaptability, minimizing risk, forcing the PCs to adapt to the current situation, to the current events unfolding. Forcing the PCs to adapt to the current events unfolding to reduce the amount their life easier. The goal is always to keep the DD as low as possible. Each PC will have their adaptability score, and qualifications to assist in this endeavor. Go. Science fiction safe space opera. Science fiction. Ooh, double feature. Yeah. Sorry, everyone. You thought you were coming here for fun game design, but instead, sci-fi safe space. Instead, you have no fear, everybody. You think you're coming here for for game design, but instead you're getting the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's great. So, Notepad, what is this all about? Since I came here when you were ranting about Dead Show from the early 2010s. This is me remaking, me SRDing the center system to create your very own center system role-playing games experience. So you too can take a shower with your friends. The one thing to note about this is one thing I actually find kind of interesting to worry about, is that a lot of this is very much based on Cruelty Squad. I'm pretty much trying to reduce the amount of Cruelty Squad as physically possible, because I have to. Because there's a lot of things in this that are very much built around the concept of Cruelty Squad. It's like, hey, the holy D1. If you ever get to D1, the perfect die, it's an impossible situation to fail, that you're rewarded for even having the privilege to get it. It's things like that. Even down to the grid. Yeah, welcome to, the grid is the metaphysical reality made real, placed beyond time and space, where the likes of MT Foxtrot battles for supremacy against his enemies. The grid is also a place where answers will be given, often cryptic half-truths and vague guesswork. Shouldn't be a place to linger, however. Things can and will go wrong in the grid. We have also the various spheres that you can find. Finding the toxic sphere, finding the gold sphere. You end up with things such as, the first agent who touches the golden sphere gets $50,000. The next agent's head explodes. You just die immediately. Oh, you touch the black sphere, your head explodes. But you can enter Hope Eradicated. Hey, yeah, welcome to, hey, if you already have, you regain your divine light. Hey, the D1 sphere, touches the sphere has their next roll be D1. The roll after that will always be D1001. Yeah, Hope burns the room with dazzling spectacle. You might enter Toxic Crisis. Yeah, various state of beings, such as having your humanity, your flesh being a flesh automaton, being power and misery, and of course having your hope eradicated, which you just don't worry about things. Yeah. Barely any description about anything. Everything is basic to the point, being next to useless as the agent struggles to even understand the basic ideas that aren't conveyed to the most basic manner possible. Yeah. States of being, a mixture of all of them. Power and flesh almost see things differently than those. Those Hope Eradicated are seeing more than meets the eye. Yeah, there we go. Always answer questions. Why does 40k stuff on Amazon look cheaper than on Games Workshop? Yeah, reselling. Also, God, why does Western Monster Girl stuff have to be such shit and bad writing? Because the thing is, people in the West cannot do, traditional Monster Girl stuff for a variety of reasons. The most traditional version of, hey, let's go to Monster Girl Encyclopedia. What happens if I Google Monster Girl Encyclopedia? Let's click on images real fast. That's a child. That's just there. Have no fear. That's just a little girl. That's a vampire. I can't even click on that one. Have no fear. She's a lolly again. Oops. Oops, only lollies. Clip that one out of context. Yeah. Monster Girl Encyclopedia, which a vast majority of Monster Girl stuff is actually derived from in some way. You always must remember this very core facet of reality with MGE. Kenku's a fucking weirdo. Kenku's fucking weird. He's a weird dude with weird tastes, and he wants to do terrible, terrible things to people. That's just what he does. If you go on the idea, that is not a child, that one is. One of the things is, people out here, people in the West, they either try to be like, well, it can't just be too happy, it's gotta be grim dark and all that bullshit. Or they're like, oh, well, we don't want to have anything too bad, and we need to make it more realistic. Like, ha ha ha, it's time for realistic, ha ha ha. Like, oh, no, no, no. Yeah, the number of fucking people who say, we gotta make it realistic, guys. We gotta make it realistic. We gotta make it realistic. Everything must be realistic. That's the pinnacle of storytelling, don't you know? If it's not realistic, it's bad, right? Right? Why do you think people always it's literally just Bastard Bond's Girl Edition if you never lose, though. That's the funny thing, Sterner, is that Kenku had to specifically change things. I know too much of MGE lore at this point, by the way. So if you have any Monster Girl Encyclopedia lore questions, hit me up. The thing is, the second version, Monster Girl Quest, not MGE, pretty much. The thing with like Monster Girl Encyclopedia, which I find fascinating, is he actually had to change it because people were liking the order too much. And then the actual like US version, the actual Western release of the original MGE was terrible because the people writing it were cretins of the worst variety. And everyone has this really bad opinion about the world, even though it's just his perpetual autism. More than anything, MGE is just one man's perpetual autism. This is a very important fact of life you must understand. Anything you ever think about, just one. Like female soldiers or like tit armor, like realism that you want to see a female. See, the thing is, anytime someone tries to invoke realism, I just say realism would have no one be adventurers. Nobody wants to be an adventurer. Shit sucks. Why would you ever want to be that? Being a dirt farmer is at least reliable. But nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. They just want to masturbate over fucking HEMA articles. God, I hate HEMA guys. They're super annoying. Let's see. We need to do the adaptability scores. I mean, if we put this here, we put an image right here. Actually, we can probably put the holy D1 over here, being like, yes, D1s can be achieved. If you achieve a D1, you get X, Y, and Z results. The PC center. So we want to do your adaptability score. So, adaptability score. Each PL assigns their adaptability scores. Each PL assigns their adaptability scores. These reflect the PC's abilities in the field and allows them to interact with the world easier or have a hard time. Each of these scores are rated from A to F. Rated from 8 is rated from A, B, C, D, E, or F. Rated is rated from A, B, C, D, F. Whenever in a score, actually no, we actually put a table right there explaining each of them. Whenever a PC attempts a challenge, attempts a task, the Archon is encouraged to account for their score. A PC with a score of A will always do better and have an easier time than one with a D. With a D in the same score, in the same score. Generally treat the score. All have an easier same score. PCs with a score with a rating an F rating will struggle with a majority of tasks tied to the score. Should struggle with a majority of tasks tied to the score. These scores, let me see. Check the meta stocks. I don't believe with meta stocks. No. Okay. These scores will never change, reflecting a PC's innate qualities and qualities in nature. Reflecting a PC's innate qualities in nature. Three sample sets. 3 sample sets of adaptability scores are provided below. Yep. Here. Let's see. Table. Actually, what we can do is we can do this with 1, 2, 5. I'd like to see. When in doubt, put things you already have in. Not my fucking problem. Insert a table to the right and put something like there. We do that. So we want to do. Go. Rating description. So rating is A, B, C, D, E, F. The pinnacle of human. The best of the best. The best of the best. Above average. Average person. Below average. Struggling individual. Struggling to compensate. Actually deficient, and finally struggling. There we go. F, just like jawed idiot. So this shit taking criticism real light is where it is. Informative, yes. People always mistake continuity with realism when things get called back to previous story aspect to engage with the audience, which means setting feels more grand and supposedly realistic. And it's like not having a really clean floor because her body rubs against this fun detail. When it's called back to, she gets all roughed up. When she is slid quickly across the floor, workshop adds continuity. Like, no, when people say they want to add realism, a vast majority of the time when I hear people like, I want to add realism to my game, I want to add realism, you don't understand, it needs to be more realistic. What I usually see is people want to be weird. Like, well, it's realistic that anytime, it's realistic that you would die immediately anytime you got hit by any weapon. Well, it's realistic that plate mail is impossible to break. It's only realistic. It's only realistic. I just read about Trap Boy Alps and Monster Girl Encyclopedia. Fun fact, they are not boys. Remember that, purple-robed wizard. They are not boys anymore. They are distinctly not. Because, remember, Kenku Cross, KC does not like that. KC likes women. KC likes women who are who are either A, corrupted, or whose age is on the clock. Always remember that detail. Setting itself hard facts though, the Hema guys and complain about if it's anime swordsman hyper finishing the fuck off. Yeah, it's people get really weird anytime like anytime like, oh, I want it to be more realistic gets brought up. Anytime that happens, people get real fucking weird, and I don't know why. I was there for local lord posting. I was there for it all. Fucking lord. Let's see. 3 sample sets of adaptability scores are provided below. Oh, one for a adaptability scores are provided below. However, there must always be 6 adaptability scores. Adaptability scores for the PCs to embody and embrace. To embody and neglect. There we go. Very important. We need to add the idea of you can neglect it. Yeah, you're just not very fucking good at this. Let's see. Biocybertronics. So, we want to add a table. We want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we want to do something like this. We want to merge cells together. We want to do something like that. Can we fit all of these in together? Probably not. Burger King foot lettuce. Delete column. Wouldn't it be sad if you had to deal with Burger King foot lettuce? So sad. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 7. Merge all of you together. Merge cells. Example. Art, science fiction, modern day spy thriller. Would be medieval fantasy adventure. Welcome to Fantasy Island. Welcome to Fantasy Island. So we want to add in. This is going to be brain muscle, macho man. I'm gotta be a macho man. A, B, C, D, F. Let's see. A, B, C, D, or F. Thought there was an E there. There is not. We delete row. Psychotronics, socionics. Hard science fiction. We want to do, how do we want to do this? We want to look at things, from a space perspective. You are in space. Captainry, gunnery, engineering. Captainry, gunnery, engineering. These are just like some really simple examples. They're not really supposed to be taken too seriously. Captainry, gunnery, medieval fantasy adventure. Strength. Actually, no, we want to do body magic. Body magic, charisma. Body magic, charisma, wisdom. Body magic, charisma, wisdom, lore. Sorry, everyone. I'm in the lore. Oh, let's see. Yeah, use the boys bunch. Whose age is on the clock? Like stealing hard facts stuff. It's fine to Hema guys and all. I complain about if it's anime. So yeah. But anyway, it turns out Stringstorm, the guy who makes a lot of good nerd music, who works with some of the big names, grooming someone on Discord, came out and told everyone. Why the fuck is it so hard to not want to fuck a child? It's very easy. Just don't. Dude, the Japanese are horny as fuck. Oh no, it's reading the encyclopedia still. His songs are a bit yeah. Stringstorm, I like Stringstorm, don't get me wrong. I think, like, I don't know, like, why the fuck he's like, I'm going to want to groom a child. Like, no, Stringstorm, stop it. Like, but why? Stop that. Hello, Draco. Did you make a tangent about Rift's Lord, given Lubu asked? Like, how do we want to fucking do it? Rift's lore is very deep and very simple at the same time. Lubu, I will ask you this very simply. Do you want the short of it, or do you want a longer rant of it? Both are very valid, and I'm gonna give the long rant. Alright, so long time ago, you consider it, give the TLDR. Effectively, a long time ago, there was a war in America, mostly in South America. This led to effectively Chaos Earth. There was a very large series of struggles and people were fighting one another. But then somewhere in South America, I believe it was Argentina and Venezuela. No, I believe it was Venezuela and Brazil. I believe it was Venezuela, Brazil, or Argentina and Brazil. They nuked each other. They nuked each other to oblivion. The problem was they nuked each other directly on ley lines. Ley lines that were currently in fluctuation due to, in this setting, they did. Not Honduras, Venezuela and Brazil, I believe it was Brazil. It was, yeah. Mind you, things were really bad at this point. It was like, it was Fallout tier, to give you an idea. It was Fallout tier. Before the Great War. Things were bad. Effectively, they nuked each other right when the ley lines in their respective countries were in a really weird space. We're kind of activating a little bit. And the pure rush of death and souls happening all at once pretty much popped all the ley lines on Earth. There was so much power going through that effectively the super apocalypse happened, which led to the opening of the titular rifts. Rifts are very simple. They are pretty much gateways to other worlds, to other places in the universe, to other dimensions. Now, I want you to imagine something here, Lubu. I want to imagine everybody here. Think of you're just minding your own business at home and things are pretty bad outside, but at least you're okay. But then you see the gates to hell to open up and an entire race of alien murder conquerors come through. Yes, things got really bad really fast. Menem's son died, was revenge of Israelis wanting Menem to repay them a nuclear warhead-coated Condor 1. It's great. Now, effectively what occurred was that it was the super apocalypse. Now, there were some things that occurred there as well, because magic returned to the world. This is a very big thing. Because all the ley lines of Earth were popped open at once, magic rushed back into the world. A lot of fucking magic popped back into the world very quickly. And this also led to the spirit dance. Just to kind of give you some of the weird shit that goes on, this led to the spirit dance in the West. A bunch of Native American tribes pretty much performed the spirit dance, and they succeeded, and they literally left reality. They literally teleported their entire tribes and entire existence out of reality. They went to the spirit world. Bad shit happens, obviously, during this point. A lot of, pretty much the Apocalypse 2 Electric Boogaloo occurs. Many years later, you have a few major factions. We'll stick with North America because that's kind of the easiest one to understand. The largest, most impressive empire is Cheetown, otherwise known as the Coalition. In the Coalition, you pretty much have a majority of kind of the Chicago area and various other states in the Midwest joining together under a effectively fascist empire run by I can't even remember his fucking name. His entire thing is he wants to unite North America, and he's pretty damn good at it too, because all of that technology that we had was still fucking there, and it's still being innovated upon. However, the problem is that manufacturing it is difficult. Manufacturing it is very difficult. So you don't have a lot of glitter boys, for example. This is a glitter boy. Let me bring up a glitter boy for you. This is a glitter boy. That is an 8. Oh goodness, something got hit wrong. That is a glitter boy. For your information. Glitter boys are 7.5, pretty much 9 foot tall walking power suits with a gigantic sonic boom gun they can use that will pretty much kill anything. Because the rifts opened up, Rift's Earth has become an MDC setting. Now, this is important to get you an idea. MDC is mega damage capable. Mega damage is we are, like, here on Earth right now, we are not capable of mega damage. We are not capable of mega damage. Mega damage is, you can kill gigantic entities of death. That gun will tear you apart. Everybody is wearing effectively armor that can soak tank shells at this point, because they have to. And that's why it's very scary in some respects of being in Rift's Earth, because, well, most of the world is overcome with a bunch of things that want to kill you. There are literal demons that exist. There is magic that exists. There are aliens that are kind of coexisting with normal people. There are cyborgs, there are juicers, there are psychos. Pretty much you have all of this, like, it's a very post-apocalyptic setting with a lot of magic, with a lot of beliefs, a lot of dreams, a lot of very strange situations going on. Now, one of the major things was the Coalition War. I think that was kind of the last major arc going on. I believe this was the last major arc that occurred, was the Coalition War. I might be wrong in this, by the way. It's been a while. Coalition War was very simple. The Coalition wanted to pretty much invade the final stronghold of the player characters called Tolkien. Tolkien was pretty much the magical superstate that everybody got along in, because the Coalition doesn't like anyone too weird. They don't like DBs, dimensional beings, otherwise people from different realities. They also don't like magic. So they kind of declared war on them and won, because turns out overwhelming firepower wins a lot of things. But that's not stopping people such as Cyber Knights, various other, heroic forces from joining the fight in a variety of ways. To give you an idea, this is a standard Coalition state battle force. So don't fuck with skelly bots. Skelly bots will fuck your day up. Yes, here is the here's an image of the literal emperor and his son. I don't know if you are quite getting it, even down to the fun fact of technically he has cited brave scholars of the past, such as Adolf Hitler, because he just doesn't know. He doesn't understand that they're bad. They're bad and evil. Like, that's the funny part. Like, the coalition states is comically evil. But that is really kind of just a very basic surface understanding of rifts. Because just about every place in the world has been detailed in some respects. For example, Russia. What's going on in Russia? Very simple. Cyborgs. Lots and lots and lots of cyborgs. Because during the war to end all wars, well, all of the Russians kind of cybernized themselves and became warlords in their own microstates, fighting the good fight in cyborg death warfare. Yeah, they're kind of fucking bonkers, not gonna lie. The Russians are also kind of dealing with the fact that, there are people who just kind of use magic and shit like that, and nobody likes them. Get into gorilla mech. Do it now. Get into gorilla mech. Or you end up with things like Australia. Don't fuck with anything in Australia. You will die. Yes, and yes, they are writing, feigned kangaroo death monsters. And yes, you totally can do this, because Australia is literally just Mad Max nightmares. Yes, free Quebec, the literal land of glitter boys. Where you can get things such as glitter girls. Canada's a shithole, by the way, but they're also the only ones with actually any sort of government. Africa. Fun fact about Africa, death lives there. Like the literal horsemen of death. Like, that's the, Honestly, this sounds fucking awesome. Yes, Rifts is fucking awesome. Shame about the system. I like this, like, I can manage the system pretty well. I've learned how to wrangle a vast majority of Rifts. It's a talent, though. I'm not going to lie when I say shit's a talent. You gotta go into Rifts kind of, how do I want to word this? You have to go into Rifts fully understanding you are entering a very sad and miserable experience. Because it's a sad and miserable experience. Because there's a lot of Rifts. And Rifts doesn't fuck around. Because it was a game written in the 90s. It's a very 90s game. Depending on who you talk to, I didn't mean it. Depending on who you talk to, it might actually even be an AD&D hack. Kind of depends on, again, who you are referencing. Let's see, adaptability scores, agent qualification. Oh, qualification. I played Rifts a lot. I like it. Here's the thing with Rifts. Rifts is not complicated. This is a very important thing. Rifts is not a complicated system. It's D100 roll under and D20 for combat. That's literally it. Do you beat their target number? Yes, you win. Do you roll under your stat when you need to make a save? Yes, you win. Hey, do you just as bad layout as far as I know. Somewhat. It has somewhat of a bad layout. Once you know how to wrangle it, it makes sense. But again, it makes sense. That's kind of the that's kind of the thing that's kind of an issue. The problem with Rifts comes in two capacities. This is a very important thing. Rifts uses a thing called OCCs, occupational character classes. An occupational character class is, for lack of a better word, a character class. This may seem kind of weird, but I want you to remember there is no such thing as balance in Rifts. This, I want you to remember, let me see if I can, that's called The Vagrant. Vagrant's a very good game, by the way. Rifts RPG, Vagrant. Okay, maybe let's do Earth. Okay, maybe let's do that. So I'm gonna give. Let me see if I can find a good example of things. Ah, yes. Okay. So I believe this is one of the example brain melters. Brain melters are psychics. They have to manage their power points. This is a very important factor for them. Manage their power points. They can spend it to create pretty exciting effects. And when it says, "Hey, you're a brain melter," this is not me fucking around. You are a fucking brain melter. You will kill people. Now, let me bring up. Where's a good one? Let me see if I can find one of the good. Let's go here. I want to find. Where's a good one? Ah, yes. This is the Vagabond. Vagabonds are homeless people. That's just what they are. This is a professional gambler. Yes, there is no balance when it comes to this game. This is a very important note. There is no such thing as balance. Alright. Wow, homeless. Oh, that there. Ooh, that's. Oh, that's not. Okay. Minor points of Rune Quest, Autism, and Purple Wizard. I've come at the right time. So far as two extremes. Wow, homeless. There is no balance, but there is balance at the same time. It's kind of a weird state of being. One of the, Rifts is fun. The thing is, what you need to do, you need to have a GM who's, one, willing to, you need to have a GM who is willing to say, no, you're not playing a fucking glitter boy. Or saying, no, you're not playing a fucking vagabond. You have to have that, because what they do, what Uncle Kevin does, it says, hey, you want to have it? You want to play this? You can play this. And there's dozens, hundreds of OCCs out there. And this isn't even going into RCCs. That's an entire different bag of wax. Or just races in general. My question about Notepad Rifts went unanswered. Notepad Rifts is happening soon. ACC? No. RCC. Your racial character class. Because in the core book, mind you, you can play a dragon hatchling. That's a very important fact, is that you can play a dragon hatchling. And that's your class. You get bonuses by being a tiny little dragon. And they're fucking broken. So they make you a baby to begin with. Yeah, because you don't know speech at level 1. That's the problem. You don't know English. That's like the only issue. But they're completely insanely broken. But that's the problem. You're also a fucking dragon. All my players must be vagabonds. Incredibly based. It is very possible as well. That's another big idea, because each OCC, each class, effectively, can go into very different fields of study. Like a rogue scientist, two rogue scientists are most likely going to be very different from one another, because you have to be. I'm a biologist, you're a chemist. We solve crime. Glitter boy, the more specific a class is, usually the more specific your items, your options are going to be. As a glitter boy, you literally have nothing else outside being a glitter boy. What's a glitter boy? Glitter boys, I'll bring up the fucking image again. Glitter boy riffs. Glitter boys are these guys. They are, again, it's about 9 foot tall death mechs. Now the thing is with these is that they pretty much get passed down through family lines. These are heirlooms, effectively. You piloting a glitter boy effectively means you are a very special person. You have the keys to use a glitter boy. Now, there's something funny to note, though. Funny to know about this. As you are using a glitter boy, you literally have no skill in anything else. You've spent your entire life learning how to pilot this thing. I love how risking a home will survive in the apocalypse 2 army of dragon, killing armies of dead. Dang, dang, that's tough. Yeah, that's kind of the issue with being a glitter boy or any of the really specific OCCs, is that you don't really have a lot of options. But then you end up with things such as a juicer. What's a juicer? You're just a normal guy who's jacked on drugs. Just fucking jacked. What's the strategy? Do more drugs. What's the future? Die. Cool. Go for it. 100%. Don't fuck around. It's glitter boys are like college professors. You literally study and get taught how to be a professor your entire life. Here's the thing. You want to be a college professor, you play a rogue scholar. Rogue scholars are some of the best, one of the best OCCs in the game because you get a shit ton of skills. That's your one benefit. You have 1,000,000 skills. The glitter boy has no skills. You do. So when the people are usually talking about like, oh, well, it's not very balanced because you can play a glitter boy and a vagabond. Yeah, and the vagabond knows how to pick locks. You know how to pilot a giant death mech. We're talking to somebody. We aren't shooting them with the death mech. Yet. There's a lot of different variants. There's a lot of different variants out there as well. This is the glitter girl. Glitter girls are a lot more agile, and they get a stupid gun. You get the bigger glitter boys. You get yeah, to kind of give you the scale of what a glitter boy is. That's where you are in it. Yeah, and that giant chainsaw swords, giant guns, that's pretty average. Things also get a lot stupider because remember, there are just gigantic death mechs all throughout here as well. Just like normal giant death mechs. Let me do like riffs, like juicers, for example. Juicers are my absolute favorite because you're just completely jacked cyborg. You're pretty much just completely jacked drug addicts going 125% and burning out quickly. I find them fun. I find them interesting because they have a lot of storytelling potential. Mostly because at a certain point you have to make a decision to try to get off the juice. Or you just embrace it that you are at, effectively, your death sentence. You're just going to die, and you just embrace it. Because you're okay with dying. But hey, I get to go 250 miles an hour, and you don't. God, fucking auto dodge skills. Fuck me. How do I play myself? Tibbies. More like Glitter Man. How do I play as myself? Tibby. Technically, if I remember correctly, you can play just about anything in various capacities. So Notepad Riffs was one of the big ones in the 90s. Somewhat. Riffs was big in the 90s because it was very unique and very weird. The problem with Riffs is that Rifts doesn't have a second edition. Rifts has been with the same system, same engine, same everything since the 90s, and it fucking shows. Yeah, there is technically no second edition. Who the fuck owns Rifts? Palladium Books, Uncle Kevin Company. One of the big things is that Rifts technically, they've errated some things, but they've never actually changed. It's been the same thing. They are still releasing books for a system that came out in the 90s. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It is broke. That's the problem. Because every single book they put out, the problem is every single book they put out, they put in new OCCs, they put new RCCs in, they put new races, they put new equipment, they put new things all around. And every single thing is more broke than the last thing. You want to know what was some of the most powerful fucking combinations in the entire game for a while? Pygmies. Pygmies were terrifying. You want to know why pygmies were terrifying? I'll tell you why. Because they had free fucking magic. Yes. Pygmies. Like legitimately tiny people. Because they had the best magic in the entire game they could cast for free. Literally killing people randomly. There was nothing you could do. So the Wizard of the Coast method of updating is keep calling it 5, even though you keep changing it and improving it in random extra books. It's not even like that. They make it worse by adding more books. They simultaneously make it better but worse at the same time. People have asked, like, how would you fix it? I have struggled with that for literal years. I know what to do. And legitimately, every single time I talk about the Notepad D2000 system, that is me building up to recreating Rifts. Because I like Rifts. I like the insanity of Rifts. They tried to put it D2000, no, D2000. I should write it out to make it so it makes a little bit more sense. D2000. Effectively, it's you're using a D20 and a D100. That's what it is. Don't worry, it's not D2000. It's D2000. The issue with it, the main issue with Rifts is very simple. There is a lot of Rifts. Because you can't just have, because mind you, what I just talked about, with all of that shit, this is, I haven't brought, like, that is just, mind you, what I would like to, like, that's what I would just kind of like to call use, like, mortal things. Mortal things. I have to deal with magic. I have to deal with psionics. These are two completely different systems. I have to deal with spirit magic. I have to deal with, the, juicer rule. I have to deal with juicer rules, crazy rules. Because most of the RCs, most of the OCCs have their own special rules. Some of these OCCs can be multiple pages long of just detailing very specific things. And it's like, oh, this is terrible. And I have to deal with vehicles. Vehicles are a big thing, because there is an entire OCC built around piloting a giant fucking mech. This isn't just, oh, a glitter boy, a little big glitter boy. No, I mean talking about a gigantic fucking death mech. That's just something you can start with. You have zero other fucking useful skills, but you have a gun and a giant death mech. Do you know a game that does psionics well? No. Like, that I believe is one of the the problem with trying to rewrite Rifts is you gotta rewrite Rifts. And it's not just one thing. You gotta rewrite the entire shit and shaboodle. And I think that's the hard part. Qualifications. Each PC has a number of qualifications. Which dictates skills, history, and training in certain fields. Each of these qualifications assist the PC in a variety of ways. Assist the PC in expanding their center. Each point in a qualification increases the center of the task of the DD by one step. For example, having one in engineering when making a DD7 task makes the center, let's see, it would be, normally the center is 4, makes the center 3 to 5 instead of just 4. Makes the center 3 to 5 instead of just 4. The more points invested into a qualification, the larger the center of a task. Larger the center of a task is, thus making it far easier to succeed. All qualifications to begin with. Can only go up to 5. However, multiple. However, it is suggested to spread out the number of qualification points among various skills. Let's go. Like, most of these are bullshit, by the way. It's things like manufacturing, perishables and non-perishable. They're just bullshit skills. No, just reduce the die size to a DD5. Oh, never mind. That fucks the probabilities. With a system like Rifts, if you forget about bounce, could you throw anything at the players? Yes. Power creep starts high in the game. So do the core set. Anyway, new Half-Life 0 Vista is fucking tight, so yeah, give it a watch. I've seen that. I was wondering what it was exactly. I'm like, is that just a new mod or something? Yes. Yes, Solid, to answer your question, Rifts does encourage you to throw just random shit at your players, because there's really no good way to balance anything. Because Rifts is a lot more about, how do I want to word? Rifts is a lot more about situations you find yourself in rather than anything. Because as long as you are trained in a gun, you can fire a gun. Because remember, everybody, and this is the most important thing to remember, the fucking gun balances all things. Oh no! Oh no, there's a demon from beyond the gates of hell. Whatever we're gonna do, fucking shoot it. Oh no, there's an entire kill squad of death mercenaries ready to violate our organs. Guess what? Fucking shoot it. Wait. Can Rifts let me be a cyborg shark man? Let me check. Rifts races. Let me see if I can find the races, everybody. Very important. There's a lot of races, by the way, so bear with me if I try to find them. This isn't correct. RCCs. Technically you can be a dog boy. Let me see. There's actually some very specific ones that let you fuck around. These are RCCs. There's specific races. Finding the specific races of... there we go. That's the fucking script. God fucking damn it. Race. God damn it, script. God damn you. Is this the correct one? No, that's not it. Let me try to... Mind you, finding anything... this is an important thing. Finding literally anything in this is really fucking hard. Let's do... We've got our various... Dude, we have just a beastman. Do we have anything with sharks involved? If you look hard enough, it wouldn't be too difficult to make a shark. If we want to be really specific about things, though... yeah. Technically, what you would need to do is you need to go to the conversion book. Once you go to the conversion book, you'll be able to make things such as were-tigers. Once you start making were-tigers, you can start making different were-creatures. That's an entire different, like, book to worry about. So technically, in pure theory, yes, you could if you really, really, really wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it, though. The equalizer. The wonders of human technology. We learned how to throw tiny rocks really fast. Edible. I have to look like I didn't just get thrown around for 2 hours as I eat dinner with my mom. Why wouldn't you want to be a giant shark man who could fuck shit up? Let's see. What's a good number? What's People wonder why I'm like slightly worried Pepper's gonna show up here one day. Because Pepper is a odd duck of a creature, and I can't trust her with my nubile construction, with my nubile self. I am unable to, if Pepper were to attack me, I'd be screwed. Like, I'm sorry, everybody. You know, knowing all the sexual harassment that Pepper has laid against me, I don't know what would happen to my nubile frame. Or Pepper will just stab me. Yeah, it's kind of a toss-up. Like it's literally just a coin flip. Like it is a complete coin flip. Pepper shows up and she's like, haha, and then she just fucking stabs me with a knife. Like, I am fully expecting Pepper to show up one day and just stab a fucking steak knife into my gut repeatedly. Yeah, nah, Pepper would just roundhouse kick you, then call you gay. Yeah, that's another very likely situation. Again, I'm just waiting for, you know, fucking school days tier shit to happen. Just right in the fucking gut. Had a course idea for a kinder center system. No. Stop it. Why would you want to be kind? Do not be kind. Kindness is a sin. I need some various skills. Below are a number of example skills to use in any example is, for example, qualification, lower number of example qualifications. Giant skill list for TTRP. What's up, pussycat? That's a Yahoo site that doesn't go anywhere. That's a dead site. I mean, oh boy, GeoCity. I love GeoCities. God, they're literally doing like. Actually, there we go. That. Like, here's just a couple example ones. Quite literally just making examples. That's all this is. There is nothing elegant going to be about this. There's nothing nice about this. There's nothing good about this. This is just a lot of skills. Just a lot of random ass skills that you can use if you want. But that's kind of the idea, is like, hey, use these to do things. So what I need to do is we need to go through here and remove anything regarding combat, like strictly just like, here's the combat ability. Because we don't need combat ability. Combat abilities are cringe. Because we're not tiny baby children. We don't need that kind of stuff in our games. Because again, we are not tiny baby children. Now we get to do a very fun game where I get to select everything here, and then I get to do format columns, and then we do 3 columns. Can I fit everything in 3 columns? No. However, can I fit everything in, if I do like 0.2 columns? Format, column, more options, 0.1 line between. What if we make it smaller? There we go. You understand why I don't like columns in? Okay, so you understand why I don't like columns. So, okay. Alchemy, ancient history, animal call. We don't need animal call, animal lore, animal training. Let's get rid of some of these ones that are a little bit more obtuse. Bouncing, barter, berserk. Why would you ever need that one? Blind fighting. Nope. Boating, body language, boxing, breath control, brewing, bribe, bullfighting. We'll keep bullfighting. Calligraphy, camping, carpentry, cartography, climbing, cobbling, contortion, cooking, counterfeiting, cryptography, dancing, dead language, deceit, demolition. Just put detect lie twice. Cringe. We have medical. No, but we're gonna put medical right here. Diplomacy, disarm opponent, no. Disarm trap, yes. Double hit, no. Empathy, enchanting, engineering, escape, etiquette, falconry, farming, fencing, no. Fencing, we don't need fencing. fire making, first aid, fishing, Fletcher, flirting, folklore, gambling. Weird. No. No. Yeah, we're doing good. Juggling. It is essential you take the juggling skill. No marksman. We don't need that. Meditation. Engineering, mythology. Occultism, pocket, pilot, predict weather, psychology, speaking, quick draw. No quick draw. We don't need you. Rescue, research, reverse engineer, riding, rigging, rope use, scribe, scrounging, seamanship, seduction, snares, sewing, signaling, snake charming, snow sniper, speed load, no speed loading, stunt driver, survival, torture, toxicology, trapping, unarmed combat, nope. Weapon master, nope. Weaving, woodworking, wrestling, nope. Zero gravity, there we are. Qualifications cannot be used in combat scenario. Cannot be used in combat scenarios. They represent training and learning, not necessarily the moment to moment choices made in the heat of adrenaline filled combat. Made in the heat of adrenaline-filled combat. There we go. Pretty easy to understand. Very, very many skills. Let's see. Make it, Frankie has an anime told us that Pepper Paradox is peak top waifu. No. Hey, don't be kind. Exactly. That's why I said curse. Pepper Pad is a team name, not a ship. Notepad, it's an SRD. Make up their own skills. I'm off the cake. This is doing numbers. We're doing numbers. Welcome back. He's showing us, dude, don't be like 6. Don't be mad. So the version center is divorced from Cruelty Squad. Yes. Hour over the yard. Eliminate mountaineering. No. Eliminate. No, God, I put spellcraft in there. Spellcraft. No, I'm gonna keep spellcraft. I think spellcraft is fine. Is combat still in there? Did I miss it? No. Now, I'm going to put spellcraft in there because it's kind of... I want to put spellcraft in there. It's like, hey, you're doing a fantasy game. No shit, spellcraft might be useful for you because you are a wizard doing wizard shit. I don't fucking know. Like, it's nothing directly combat related, though. Why did you focus so much on sassy brat coworker? I don't know what the fuck you're on about. Numbers, truly the most cursed Yu-Gi-Oh archetype. Anime lied to me about waifus in the hot to crazy scale. Yeah. Remember the crazier one, Ironheart? Oh, that, because it's a weird way of saying it. Like I've only heard of the term brat used in 3 contexts. The first term was the actual Bratz, line. Like the actual Bratz. That's a toy line. And it's made a shit ton of money because of Monster High. Like, Jesus, that shit prints fucking money, by the way. I've heard it in context of referring to children being a brat. We don't like brats because they're just stupid and they're annoying children. I have also annoyed at the time, and the third likelihood that a sassy brat coworker has ever mentioned Solid is porn. Is vast, horrifying porn, usually involving children. So no, I did focus on it a little bit because it's fucking weird. Okay. There we go. focused on children. So yeah, brat is one of those words that is never used in a good context, and it should never really be in a good context. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, a Catholic priest moment. I've read enough hentai. I'm like, God fucking damn it, this is gonna be weird. Brat's Prince Money, by the way. That's a big franchise. There's a weirdly big franchise, and I don't understand why it's a big franchise. Let's see. We want to state of being. Yeah, state of being. State of being. Each member, each PC has each PC finally has a state of being. Has a state of being. State of being. Which reflects the bodily health of the PC, as well as their ability to remain functional in a variety of situations. Depending on the setting and situation, state of being may be different. The higher the health, the more difficult it is to successfully down or kill a PC. Let's see, the more difficult it is to successfully down or kill a PC. When however lower kill a PC, higher the health, the more difficult it is to successfully down or kill a PC. Should a PC ever reach zero health, 0 health points, HP, HP, should it ever reach 0 HP, should a PC ever reach 0 HP, they are in a critical state and cannot act. If they remain in violent actions, depending on the ways to inflict cruelty. How to inflict cruelty. Agents do not fail missions, failures fail missions, and Cruelty Squad does not employ failures. PC. There is DD5. Check. Oh, Tele Hypernova. Yes, technically the Hypernova can instantly kill some characters because it does D33 fucking damage. I'm sorry, Notepad. My knowledge of Bratz is limited. I only know Monster High and Barbie. That's where proficiency. And Barbie is not Bratz. And also, clean way to think. I could think of to say bitch. It also is cleans the way I could think to say bitch. You said it in the wrong way then. Hey Notepad, why are Roma boos so much less annoying than most other aboos out there? It's because you haven't dealt with more of them. Oblivion Elf Hum PC voice. Have you heard of the High Elves? It looks as you don't enter the Cloud District very often. Roma boos, like, here's the thing. Roma boos are usually the ones being like, yeah, everything was great. It was also terrible. Like, It's the handheld detonation pistol, in which if you roll poorly, you will die. The hero space gun, KNH R5, KNH X20, the ladies man revolver, easy to hide, requires a friend to carry. Liberato 2. Let's see. The Parasonic D2 silence pistol. Parasonic MP1 nailer, and technically the party rocket launcher comes in many fun colors. Yeah, okay. So let me just they are in critical in a critical state and cannot act. We're going to scroll up here. That up. State of being. We're going to add in three main states of being as kind of like an example. We're going to do delayed. We're gonna do delayed death, unconscious state, death's door, the PC will die at the end of the round, suffering the consequences for reaching 0 HP. Unconscious state. Though the PC falls over at 0 HP, they cannot 0 HP. They cannot act. They cannot act until the end of combat, where they are restored. They are restored to 1 HP. If an enemy, if any attack lands on them, they will die. Death's door. The PC falls at 0 HP. They can still move. And act. They're in critical state. They're in a critical state. We'll actually do example critical states. Example critical states, description. Something like this. PC, they can still move and let's see, that falls at 0 HP. They can still move and act, but any attack against them, will kill them. I guess we can add in what would be another good state of being at the Z0. Instant death. The PC instantly dies when they reach 0 HP. Instantly dies when they reach 0 HP, crumbling into a heap. Yep. states. There's a basic description of what the critical states are going to look like, how they kind of function. Oh, someone pinging me. Who's pinging me, and why are you pinging me? Do I have to call someone cringe? Nope, it's just Phase Connect. I want to go back to Morrowind or Daggerfall. How do you reach a critical state? You reach 0 HP. You know, when higher the health point, more difficult to successfully down or kill a PC. Should a PC ever reach 0 HP, they are in a critical state. That it's kind of like, if you reach 0 HP, you're fucked. Pretty much, Cruelty Squad employs the delayed death method, which is to say, you don't die automatically, you have until the end of the round before you die. But it's like, if you want to do like most traditional world, you know, like in traditional games, it would be unconscious state. You're at 0 HP, you are unconscious now, you are unable to move successfully. Which we are going to do, we're going to add this, HP amount, 50, 100, 200, 500. The PC is fragile. The PC is fragile and can easily enter the critical state. The average amount the PC can withstand few attacks, but few attacks and live. Kino. Heroic. The PC is a tank of a person able to take a lot of pain before capitulation. Able to take a lot of pain before capitulation. Depending on the setting and situation, the state of being of a PC is often depending on the state of being of a PC may change. However, most often the state of being will not change in be the same for every PC. Be the same for every PC. Hey Notepad, does Warhammer Fantasy have interesting or unique lore, or is the same old in your opinion? Warhammer Fantasy actually has some interesting lore, but the main appeal of fantasy is the fact that it is literally every single thing that a bunch of high school boys in the 90s thought was cool. And that's something you have to understand about it. It is every single thing a bunch of teenage boys thought were awesome. Hey, I like metal music, so of course there's going to be metal music. Hey, I like, super cool war. Like, every single thing in Warhammer Fantasy, if you cannot put a sick guitar riff at the end, it's not worth dealing with. Yeah, you're part of the Empire. You fight the Orc. Hey, chaos is coming down to kill everyone, and they worship Khorne, the blood god of death. Like, that is 95% of Warhammer Fantasy lore. Is here's a thing that we think is cool, here's a guitar riff. Welcome to Bretonia, everything sucks. I will say the Gotrek and Felix books are great. I love the Gotrek and Felix books. That they're very fun. Bretonia is a literal Monty Python skit. Yes. Yeah, Gotrek and Felix. I actually gave them. I sold them to one of my friends actually, for like $5. It was great. Yeah, Gotrek and Felix, like, they're fun. They're very Moorcock, if that makes sense. Like, it's very, like, here's the situation, here's Gotrek and Felix trying to solve the situation, disaster occurs. Like, every single thing goes wrong for them, and it's hysterical. I think only Gotrek actually survived the end times, because Gotrek can't die. It is canon that he cannot die, and he's cursed with that information. Both survived? Both survived. Yeah. But mind you, I think the end times lore is stupid, okay? The entirety of the end times lore is dumb. Like... like, that's the thing that, like, I don't like Age of Sigmar, because it's just silly to me. It just doesn't do it for me as much as I was... recovering HP, items presented during the session. Resting in a resting in a safe environment, or at the conclusion of the session. PCs will often risk their Then of session, PCs will often risk their HP as their main bargaining chip in the adventures they have. Always be threatening HP and their current state of being. Okay, so we are not really going to handle financial nirvana. I don't believe financial nirvana is the correct thing to add to this game. I am, however, going to deal with meta stocks slightly. Because I'm going to have to do improvement and adaptability. Whenever a centering, increasing, adapting. Actually, we want to do understanding the center. When a PC completes a session. PC completes a session. They will gain experience points. Experience points can be used to increase qualification. Can be used to increase qualifications, and gain more story-based based on the setting and situation. And in a simple manner, each session will grant 1, 2, or 3 experience points for the PC to use to improve themselves. There we go. We want to to complete the session. They will get experience points because we like experience points because it's very simple to understand. Financial freedom and you. Good night, purple robed wizard. Yeah, no, the new Rogue Trader game, I haven't really seen much on the new Rogue Trader game. I was kind of like, apparently it's out. I've just never seen anything on it. I was thinking there would be a little bit more behind it, but maybe that's maybe that was me. We want to do really there's only two things to do, so we're just going to select these two. Which is going to be gain a new qualification. Increase a qualification by +1. This is going to be EXP. This is going to be 2. Increase a qualification from 0 to 1. Increase a qualification from 0 to 1. 0 to 1. The PC has officially gained the qualification and understands it simply. Qualification by 1. Current value +1. Increase a qualification from 1 to 2, and so on. Increase a qualification by +1 as long as the qualification has at least 1 point invested in it. The PC increases their natural abilities in the qualification. Allowing for better. Very simple to understand. Had to be a little bit specific about it, being like, this is kind of like the most basic understanding of it. It'll center that shit. To EXP of current, we'll do current value +1 EXP. Current value 1. Maybe that's not gonna work. We do something like this. Oh, I must be seeing stuff on the beta because I've seen it. I was like, oh, it's out. I didn't know. It's like, I'm like, oh, it must be out then. Apparently, it's not out. So that's a thing. So that is literally the entirety of how to increase PCs. It's not too hard, but it doesn't need to be hard. So let's see. Center of a session. Course of actions. During a session, the PCs are encouraged to explore the location they are in. Interacting with objects, individuals, individuals and situations. So they find themselves participating in. Participating in. If each area the PCs are part of may include the alert level. This is an abstract representation of the amount of noise, attention, or danger the PCs find themselves in when in a location. These alert states range from passive, active, and hunting. These passive areas have no awareness or care that the PCs present. Active areas are alerted to the PC presence. Alerted to the PCs and are trying to find them. Finally, hunting. Is the PCs have been found out, and forces are moving to intercept them, or moving to intercept them. Are moving to intercept them. Enter. And will you play it on stream when it comes out? Maybe not. Depends on kind of. I haven't played any of Owlcat's other games. The thing is, they are very long games. I do know that for a fact. They are very long games. And very long games are, I wouldn't say a turnoff for me, but it's one of those things I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stuck in here being like, here's hours upon hours of me just playing a single game. Rise up. Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things like, do I want to do Vidya? The Vidya I do are all for a good reason. Like, that's the thing. Like, I have a reason I want to do all of them. Either to prove a point or just me interacting with something because I find it enjoyable. Let's let on the center. So, okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call it here because I'm tired and my throat's giving out. I'm just expecting Dragon Pass. Yes, probably Dragon Pass this weekend. Probably. Something else might come up depending on the situation, but we'll play. We'll deal with it. But yes, I'm gonna call it there because I've been streaming for like 3 fucking hours. I will try to write up the rest of the center system tonight, but we'll kind of play it by ear on that regard. Wednesday, we're going to be working on the next game, on the next major project. Tomorrow, if we do get done early, we're going to be doing Bastard Bonds. Go Bastard Bonds. Yeah, we're doing good. We are making it. Yeah. I'm gonna